True, for the call is upon us. Fly, and carry the word.
Grrr. It's funny every time.
I
Good.
didn't even see it.
Oh, you didn't?
I don't know what's going on, man.
Oh, good day, everybody. Welcome to the Ammunation. I'm your host, Craig Bragg. With you tonight is my co-host, the inevitable. I think I said that last time. Irving Twin. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Living the dream. Living the dream. How's it going with you?
Good. Not bad. We don't have a Mr. Pox Toxic here tonight to play Gabreli. At least not yet. He said he might be around. But if not, then Twin and I can just, hang out and gab. Maybe we'll play a video game. Maybe we'll go on to Steam and play something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, why don't I pull up Steam and take a look? Oh, you know what, though? I've been having trouble getting into Steam. I think because when I changed my phone, it didn't recognize me once I logged in again. I don't know why, but I had to enable on my mobile device and all that crap. We got a few people watching. Make yourselves known, folks. Say hello in the chat, and we'll chat with you.
And let us know if Craig is frozen. I just see a frozen Craig.
I think it's your.
It's got to be.
I think it's you, man.
Yeah. Because I can't even get YouTube running to check the health of the stream.
No, okay.
Oh,
we've got Nano Reaper in the house. Nano Reaper. Hello, my future non-voting subjects. That's right. We're going to be a territory of the United States soon.
I'll take it.
If it means I get a Second Amendment, yeah, absolutely. But that probably won't come. That's the thing. If Alberta ends up joining the U.S. or becoming an independent, do you think they'll adopt something akin to a Second Amendment?
Well, Alberta isn't going to join the U.S., especially out the gate.
No.
I think, you have David Eby shouting, what's it called? Oh, it's treason, what they're doing. It's like, it's not fucking treason. They probably went to ask certain representatives, what are the chances that if this were to go through, that, say, the United States and this administration would recognize our sovereignty officially, right?
They probably would. They probably would. If I had to guess, they would. Alberta is redneck enough, says the Nano Reaper. Yeah, no, they probably would. Because it's in the best interests of the United States, because quite frankly, all Donald Trump really wants is Canada's oil. Let's face it. I mean, he also wants it for the whole, Don Roe doctrine, the whole northern Western Hemisphere protection.
Yeah.
Which I'm inclined to agree. Like, there's a reason why we're the closest allies. There's a reason why Canada and the United States are part of NORAD. Right? So, but yeah.
Well, I mean, and people don't realize, like, a lot of the tension between Canada and the United States right now is entirely the fault of the Canadian government and has been for 15 years.
Absolutely. Canada's being too fucking proud for its own good.
And worse, has been cozying up to China longer and longer, right? Like, and more. And there's, again, people don't know this. People simply don't know it. And when you tell them, they deny it. The Chinese Communist Party has military installations on Canadian soil.
Yes. They have their own police forces in Canadian cities.
Now, they're acting illegally.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't sanctioned by the Canadian government, but yes, that's happening. But the military installations on Canadian soil are sanctioned by the government. Trudeau said, yeah, okay. Obviously, you need to be able to protect the assets you bought here, being mines and their mining rights.
Right. Yeah,
and that's why Donald Trump has been absolutely like a and with Greenland, it's about having Alaska and Greenland means he doesn't have to ask anyone for permission to put his navy in the Arctic Ocean.
Right. No, it makes absolute perfect sense from their standpoint. In terms of Canada becoming an independent state or a sovereign nation or whatever, I'm on board. I think they should.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds to me like that's the way it's going. Like they're gonna well meet the requirement for their signatures, and I'll tell you, it couldn't come at a better time because the whole. I have a feeling when they do the referendum, it's going to be paper ballots. I don't think it's going to be voting machines because the apprehension of Maduro. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but the whole Dominion voting machine and the election tampering argument. There was a reason why Maduro wasn't just taken out, and why they didn't just do a coup to overthrow his government. There's a reason why he was arrested. He has intimate knowledge, and I'm sure his wife does too, of the Dominion voting schemes for flipping elections. And I have a feeling that you're going to see an end to computerized tabulation and voting tabulation like that in the United States going forward. Probably not in the midterms, but probably by 2028. I think it's all going to blow up. Schick comms out of the Western Hemisphere. I agree. Chi-coms. Yeah, I agree. Want to drive from South Texas to Nome, Alaska without having to show a passport. It's true. Like, there's an area of, so when Alaska was first negotiated, part of Alaska was sort of extended down into Canadian territory because the United States wanted more, what do you call it? More oceanfront, more area by which to, have their military installations, have access to waters. And of course, better climate, either northern British Columbia is better than southern Alaska. That's why there's a little Alaska. I wouldn't call it a panhandle, but it's a little sort of
skinny tail.
Yeah, skinny tail down that runs down the coast of where British Columbia is. So anyway, I'm really dry throated tonight. Huh? I think it's probably the vaping. Maybe I'm not getting enough water. So yeah, folks, we were going to run another session of Ammunation tonight. The Shadow Dark campaign that we started last week with C-Mac and Evan, or what's his character's name? Hunts, and Pox Toxic. But C-Mac and Evan can't make it. And Pox, he's a no-show. So we're just gonna gab for a little while and see where the night takes us. I don't have any topics to discuss. And
you better think of something, because for the next 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to be on your own. I've got to try and reset my internet connection and see if that helps at all.
Oh, you're really choppy, huh?
Yeah, I'm not the only one struggling. So I'll be back.
All right. I can do something. I'm sure.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks. So while Pox, or not Pox, while Twin, I can't believe I confused the two. While Burping Twin makes his computer work right, I'm going to fart around here in shadowdarklings.net. So if you'll bear with me here, I'm going to present. So I got to hand it to Kelsey Dion in the Arcane Library. They have really hit it out of the park with regards to their launching of Shadow Dark a few years back the Kickstarter. I think it's the most successful TTRPG Kickstarter campaign in history. They raised like millions of dollars, and then for their most recent campaign, the Western Reaches, they met their goal within like minutes, and they're well over a few $1,000,000 now. And it's, good honor, man. Like, she's done a really good job with this game. And the thing is, like, the game is not, it's not a, necessarily a revolutionary game, but it is revolutionary in the timing it came out and the simplicity it brought. So it came out around, if you're not familiar, Shadow Dark came out around the time of the old school Renaissance. So shortly after Wizards of the Coast decided they were going to pull the OGL and decide to start charging people for their downloads. Like this was that they were talking about on D&D Beyond and stuff like that. People went up in arms and said, hey, that's bullshit. You can't do that. Your entire business model for the relaunch of Dungeons and Dragons with 3rd edition was all about the open game license, and it's the reason for your success. And now because Hasbro says that, Dungeons and Dragons is under monetized. They're like, we need to, squeeze every bit of profit out of this IP as possible. And it pissed off a lot of gamers who've been playing forever. And we got someone here. One moment. Welcome.
C'est moi.
And so right around that time there was a renaissance in the old school. So people really wanted to start playing D&D the way they remembered it, because D&D had been going downhill and getting all woke and shit. And Kelsey Dion came out with Shadow Dark, which was a perfect bridge between people who were used to 5e and people who liked the old school sort of deadliness of it. And so Shadow Dark was created. And the thing is, all it did was basically pare down the rules of 5e and give it an old school kind of vibe, if you will, with the thing like the torch timer. Let's see here. Nano Reaper says, it's all good. I'm on my first Mai Tai. Nice. WotC destroyed D&D. They absolutely did. If you look, there's a YouTube channel called Diversity in Dragons, and it's run by this guy, calls himself Double D. It's not his real name, obviously. But basically, he does a live stream every Wednesday at 7 o'clock where he spends a couple hours just ripping on the current state of TTRPGs and ripping on WotC and all of the nonsense that they're putting their customers through. AD&D 2nd edition is the best. AD&D 2E is good, except 2E was when they started getting in all the sort of glut of add-on rules. I'm an old AD&D guy. I learned on AD&D. I played AD&D forever. 2nd edition was never really... I mean, we went to 2nd edition for certain things like, monster stats and stuff like that, but we didn't adopt a lot of the rules, like non-weapon proficiencies and stuff like that when I was playing in college. Background elements of your character, informed whether or not you could do certain things or you were going to be able to do certain things. I still only play 2nd edition. I've heard Old School Essentials is really good for people who love 2nd edition, and there's a ton of content out there. Dungeon Crawl Classics is good, but I'm not a fan of adding all those extra dice. So Dungeon Crawl Classics adds things like D14 and D24 and all these extra dice in there that you don't really need, but they have a lot of little rules that they've inserted into Dungeon Crawl Classics that is makes use of those dice, but quite frankly they're not really needed. The standard 7 polyhedrals is fine. But yeah, what else do you say here? I still only play 2nd edition. Okay. Anyway, I thought just for fun, did you use shadowdarklings.net when you made your character?
Nope.
Because there's a Shadow Darklings character creator. So I'm going to show you. We'll go through making a character here. So create a character. So you get to be able to choose your sources. So you can use the 3 or 4 actually now Cursed Scroll zines, or you can use I don't know what BR and RK are a roustabout. I'm not sure what those are. What does it say here? Bard, Ranger, and Kobold. The Bard and Ranger classes were created by Kelsey as stretch goals for the Shadow Dark Kickstarter. The Kobold ancestry was created on the Discord during the Kickstarter campaign. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that. Roustabout. The Roustabout class was created by Michael and Kelsey and released on April 1st, 2024. Third-party sources, Unnatural Selection. Unnatural Selection, Shadow Dark expansion adds the Pelonian, Dragonborn, Forest Elf, Half-Troll, Shadow Elf, Tiefling, Gnome, Mycelian, Risen, Skurrid, and Slime Folk ancestors. Plus Beastmaster, Grave Warden, and Plague Doctor and Shaman classes. See, that's the problem with what happened with 3rd edition all the way up to 5th edition. They just started adding a whole bunch of extra character options. What is wrong with your classic fantasy races? I mean, the Shadow Dark's good because it has your classic human, dwarf, elf, right? Half orc. But then it also added goblin and a halfling. Goblin's a bit of a departure because they're normally seen as creatures, like evil creatures. But there's an argument to be made for, having another green skin in there. Anyway, let's move. You have something to say there?
I sort of understand the additions of new races and classes and stuff like that, because I was like, oh, okay, I know, I want to make a half-elf ranger. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have a half-elf, so I'll have to figure that out with Craig. But, okay, ranger, I guess the best thing to do is make a thief and turn his specializations as best I can towards woodland skills and stuff like that. Because things
you could just make a fighter and make your weapon mastery a bow. It doesn't have to be a melee weapon.
No, but that just makes him a bowman, right? Thief stuff is what you would need for ranger, because you want to be able to climb and sneak because you're living out in the wilds and you're gonna hide from bears while hunting moose and shit.
Right, but the good thing about Shadow Dark is all of those rules that aren't combat related, they're related to your stats. They're not related to your skills. So while the thief gets advantage on certain things, like finding traps, and I mean, I can understand why a ranger and a thief are more closely aligned, simply because if you're a ranger, you're probably setting snares, so you know how to spot snares and traps and that sort of thing. But to me, the thief means a burglar, someone who breaks into place and steals shit. A ranger is somebody who survives out in the wilderness. But okay, right. So we could add the B and RK. So why don't we do that? Let's try and make a ranger.
Also, keep in mind, right? You guys are like, yeah, AD&D, and like I had Dungeons and Dragons books, right? 2nd edition, original. I actually had original Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean? Like terrible old. Right. But I learned how to play these kinds of games with Palladium's Rifts, right?
Yeah.
Like an infinite, never expanding cadre of classes and races was like, oh yeah, that's just part of it, and everything else, is like you like to call it crunch.
Yeah, or I call it rules glut, or just like, okay, there was a game back in the 1970s, 80s called Talislanta. It had literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of races, none of which was an elf. They still don't have elves. They re-released Talislanta, but they had everything like Gnomekin and like Crystal Gnomekin, and they had all these different races. Like you could play Pixies, you could play anything. And it was meant to be like Talislanta was this giant metropolitan kind of like medieval fantasy city, right? But anyway, and Dark Sun is the best campaign setting. Fear my Thrycreen Scientist Gladiator. Yeah, I ran my Deathbringer group in a Dark Sun inspired sort of side quest. My regular in real life play group, and I didn't call them Thrycreen. I called them Desert Mantis, because they most closely resemble mantis to me. And I didn't call, they have the dwarves of Dark Sun were the Mool. Is that what they were called? The Mool? Can't remember. You tell me, Nano Reaper. I think they were the Mool. But I had them basically, but they were only Mool because they were subjugated by these psionic sort of rulers of the 6 cities or the 6 oases in this desert area. But once they were freed from their bondage, mules, they transformed into Azer, which I thought was kind of fitting. So basically, they lost their fire when they were under psychic subjugation by these nobles. But once they were freed from their control, they regained their fiery, hair and beards and stuff. I still have 90% of the second edition books. Oh, cool! That's awesome. I don't have any of my old AD&D stuff. I wish I did. Mules are half dwarf human. Are half dwarf, half human. Human female always dies during the childbirth. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, because those broad fucking shoulders those dwarves got. Anyway, okay, let's go here. We're gonna make a character. So let's roll for background. Person,
nice.
You fought friend and foe alike for your coin. Stat rolls. Strength 12, Dex 12, Con 4. Ugh.
Wow.
Intelligence 6.
Dumber than Ivar.
Wisdom 15, Charisma 9. See, this is the thing I don't like about straight 3d6 down the line. You were inevitably going to roll a couple of ones. And even if you rolled, so for instance, that con, that 4. Yeah, that con of 4, that means he rolled a 2 and 2 1s. That's fucking brutal. That means like a strong wind. Fucking, you have asthma. You've probably got fucking scabies and any number of fucking diseases. Intelligence 6 means you're stupid, meaning you keep sticking your dick into fucking rotten logs, and that's why your con's so low. Charisma 9 means that you're probably covered in sores because you're so sick all the time. Yeah, no, I don't like that character. I want to re-roll.
Oh, yeah. Do they let you?
I don't think so. We have to start over.
That's bullshit. See, but I mean,
yeah, but it's not that difficult to start over. It's click and click.
No, I know, but it's just this thing that you and Pox and other people are always like, "Oh, that game's so crunchy. That game, I don't like the crunch." And then when the system hands you crunch, you adhere to it as if it was the word of God, right? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That's the best part of something like Rifts or something even, God forbid, like GURPS. Infinite crunch means I don't have to use any of it. I can just ignore it and do what I want, right?
It's true. Well, here's the thing. That's why when I said, guys, create your characters, I told you can choose 2 stats in which you roll 4d6, drop the lowest. Now, I don't know if you did that or not, but that was completely an option. Pox didn't want to do it, so I'm like, whatever, that's fine.
I used my own house rule, and you okayed it.
What was your house rule?
I told you what had happened, right?
What did you do?
So I don't want a character to be bound by their stats, right? So you, the player, want to be this class, and then you roll shitty for that class. So you're just going to be a shitty that class character for the rest of the game. It's like, no. Collect 6 numbers by rolling 3d6 and just jot them down as you get them.
Yeah.
Then I want to be a fighter. So I take my highest number and I put it in strength, right? And I just pick where I put them. But I took 6 legitimate numbers, right?
You know what my old GM did when I was in college?
What's that?
He said, you're going to create your character this way. You're going to choose where you're placing your number of dice. You'll get a 7d6 for one stat, a 6d6 for another stat.
Oh, that's crazy.
A 5d6 for, well, you're only going to take the best 3. So you're going to roll 7d6, take the best 3. 66 takes the best 3. But you have to assign where you're putting the 7 dice, the 6 dice, the 5 beforehand. Because if you want to play a specific class, you want to have the best chance of getting the high, prerequisite attribute. Now,
Moreover, you want to have the best chance of not having absolute dirt in that key thing. That's
Right.
it. A minimum 7 now. That's fair for a guy who wants to be a fighter. If you
Right.
roll all ones on your 76 roll for strength, sorry, guy, them's the breaks.
I
But
mean,
the odds of that are
what are the chances of rolling 7d6 and getting all ones? That's pretty.
well.
So this is the cool. Now here's the thing: when you say you're bound by the rules, this is the tool, and the tool is related to the way the game was meant to be played. But she says in there, make the rules up as you go, make ruling, decide on rulings more than rules, because that's So this stat block isn't too bad. Strength 12, that's all right. Dex 11, that's all right. Con 8 is kind of shit. But if I take a dwarf, then I get +2 to con. Intelligence 13 +1. Wisdom 14. Charisma 10. You know what? I think I'm going to choose dwarf. But it gives me the option of rolling. I could roll randomly. Yeah, it gave me human. But you know what? I'm going to go with dwarf. Because then I immediately get a +2 to my con. Oh no, start with +2 hit points. Roll your hit points gains with advantage. You know what? Forget it. I'm going to make a dwarf fighter because there's a good chance when I roll my talents, I'll be able to increase my strength, dex, or con by 2. So I'm going to go that route. We'll go with fighter.
See,
select weapon mastery. You know what the funny thing is? This is sort of an ongoing meme with Shadow Dark. There are no hammers in Shadow Dark. Hammers aren't a weapon; they're a tool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny, right?
I would still say it does 1d4 + 1 minimum.
You're right. Yeah,
it's a hammer.
I'm going to give him a great axe because I think that's cool.
What am I looking at?
Select grit stat.
Okay, here's the problem with 7d6 though. 24. 24. I just rolled one time 7d6 physically. And a stat of 24 is fucking insanity.
No, you don't get the stat of 24. You take the best 3 of those 7.
Oh, 16. Okay. That's all right.
Yeah, that's how we did it. So 76, take the best 3. 66 takes the best 3. 5d6, take the best 3. 4d6, take the best 3. And then the last 2 stats were 3d6 and 3d6. So you were bound to get something shitty, but you're also bound to get something pretty good. But again, you had to lot where you were going to use those 76, drop the lowest.
On a 6d6, I just got 16 again. Yeah, when you're doing the what's it called for this, like the stats with this tool, does it give you an option to roll them individually or to place them?
No, it rolls down the line because that's again how the game was designed. So it says my best role would be priest, but I don't want to be a priest because I don't like that con. That con is terrible. Even rolling with advantage on my hit points as a dwarf, I don't like it. So I'm going to roll for my talents and hope. So the grit ability, choose strength or dexterity. You have advantage on checks that type to overcome an opposing force, such as kicking open a stuck door or slipping free of rusty chains. Dexterity. So I'm gonna roll my class talent, and hopefully I get a 7 and 9. It's a good chance because that's the most common roll. Right. But we'll see. +1 to melee range attack. So I got a 6, I guess, between 3 and 6. That's all right.
I think Ivar has hit that once.
Yeah.
And then
this is another thing. At first level, you roll for hit points, which is terrible. I prefer first level max hit points.
So this tool here won't let you just fill out the character you're building by hand. It's just for random characters.
It's for random characters or building a character, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to roll my D8 for hit points. So I got 8 hit points. I'm stout because I'm a dwarf, so I get +2. Rolled a 7 and 5 on 2d8. 7's the higher. -1 for my con modifier. So I leave the day with 8 hit points.
Jeez.
All right, roll 2d6 times 5 for gold pieces. 25 gold pieces. That's pretty standard. Crawling kit. Here we go. Alignment. I'm going to make him. What do I want to make him?
So there is a select option, right?
Yeah, there's a select option and a roll option. I can keep rolling if I want. I want to make him neutral. What do we got here? Let's make him worship Ord of the Four Lords. Ord, the unbending, the wise, the secret keeper. He's the god of magic, knowledge, and secrets and equilibrium. No, actually, let's make him Getty. No, let's make him Saint Taragnus. In which case, I'll make him lawful.
Just out of curiosity, what's a fighter going to do with all that wisdom?
Well, wisdom's used to spot shit as well, right?
Ah, okay.
So if the game master's there and he says, okay, you guys are in a dark fucking chapel, ruined chapel, everybody make a wisdom check. I've got a good chance of hearing the noise or seeing the glint of steel in the shadows or something like that because I've got a high wisdom. So I'm highly aware of my surroundings.
Ivar's not.
All right. Bastard sword blow. Okay, so it doesn't tell me what kind of gear I've got. Oh, here we go. I can buy shit. So weapons. Let's buy ourselves a great axe. It's 10 gold pieces. Okay. And
oh wow!
Let's get ourselves. What's that?
The tool sometimes little things bug me, right? Like it's literally charging you. You're putting shit in your cart with your gold.
Yeah.
So you can't
because I have 25 gold to spend.
Right. So you can't cheat it.
Right.
Right. Well, the thing is, that is an illegal move by the writer of this tool because the game master gets final say and you can't do it.
Right, but I think this is designed for somebody who says, "Oh, I can come play your Shadow Dark game. I'll make up a character real quick," and then they go to ShadowDarklings.net, make a character following the rules, and then once they sit down at the table, the game master looks at the sheet and goes, "Yeah, man, that con's pretty fucking terrible. You want to re-roll that stat?" Or says, "You know what? Everybody starts with a suit of the mercenary forces." Armor. You all start with the suit of the chainmail, and it's branded with the mercenary team you're a part of. Whatever. In which case, boom. I don't have enough money for armor because I've only got 7 gold pieces left, so maybe I'll get rid of a dagger. I'll sell my dagger.
Yeah, because your boys uses a great axe and what kind of armor?
Right now, nothing. So maybe I don't use a great axe. Man, you know what? Maybe I won't get my crawling kit.
Because what's the kit worth? Is it 10 GP?
It's I think it's 7 gold pieces.
Hmm.
So maybe what I'll do is I'll sell the grappling hook. And I will sell.
Do you need arrows?
I'll sell the iron spikes.
Do you have arrows? I'm not sure what I'm looking at now.
No, I can buy arrows. With the ones with the dollar sign by them means I can sell it.
Okay.
So I've sold it. I'm now back to 10 gold pieces, which means I can buy myself a suit of leather armor. Boom.
And your dex was pretty good, if I recall, right? Like at least 11 or 12.
Yeah, let's see here. My dex it's 11, so it's +0, but
Still,
I'd have an armor class of 10 with nothing on, but because I got leather armor on, I've got an armor class of 11.
I will say a nice thing about this game. Say the fighter class,
Yeah,
you can, and maybe other classes, I can't remember. You can actually beef your stats as you grow, which is not a thing in Palladium, right? Like it's like no, your stats are your stats. If you want to get more powerful, learn a new skill, learn a new magic spell, find a
right.
bigger weapon, or talk to your game master about becoming gods, right? Like,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. So if you want it to be Dragon Ball, it can be Dragon Ball. But if you want it to be like I don't know, CSI Antiquity plus Magic, it's you're gonna have like a set of characters that needs to use their skills and shit, and you know.
Got a few more comments from Nano. I hate Age of Sigmar because they destroyed the army of dwarves. Did they really? Dwarves are no longer in Warhammer Fantasy? I
They
still
don't
call
go,
it Warhammer
they
Fantasy.
don't go to the same heaven as everybody else. They go to their own heaven.
I always did four, roll d6, drop the lowest one, and range the stats as you see fit.
Okay, so comboing are things, right?
Yeah.
Now,
That's was what we used for a lot of the time too. So
well, like I'm for it at times, right? Because that's going to make, you got to remember, average is 7 to 9, but you don't want average in your key stats, right? But you can have intelligence 9 for a fighter as long as he's got a solid double digit strength and preferably double digit dexterity. But if you have all of your rolls are 14, 16,
yeah,
13, 17, it's like, whoa, this is a renaissance man. If he did nothing his whole life, he would be remembered
right.
like for just how incredibly, like, how is he picking that rock up over his head?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
while
Six,
reading a
good to
book.
see you, man.
Six.
Yeah, no, the so Nano Reaper says here, or I did my through campaign and I told players to roll 4d6, the best three for all but two stats, and those stats you get 18 and 17. That's
Oh,
very generous.
yeah.
And if you are playing one where you guys are the heroes of the realm, I totally get it. I always gave the first 10 levels max hit points. Again, very generous. I wouldn't do that. But if you plan on throwing them gigantic fucking monsters or things with massive attacks, amounts of hit points, like they're going to be fighting dragons pretty regularly, sure, I can totally understand that. I feel like I'm the only one chatting. Sorry, man. I've been busy making characters. They turned the dwarf army into an army of slayers. Oh, those ones with the mohawks, right?
Yeah, no armor, very fast, dual weapons, like fast for a dwarf anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing I do like about Shadow Dark. So for in D&D 5e and its earlier versions, I'm going to turn this off because it's kind of distracting. Dwarves, despite being medium-sized characters, only moved, I think, 20 or 25 feet on a turn as a regular move, whereas humans move 30. And I get it, they're shorter, but in Shadow Dark, basically, they have close, near, and far.
Mm-hmm.
And close is melee, near is within about 30 feet, and everybody as a regular move part of their action, they can move up to near distance. So you can close with anybody who's relatively near to you.
Like if they're about arm's reach, basically, or just outside arm's reach.
Yeah, if they're just out, like if you're right up next to the guy or about to, within melee range, that's considered close. Anything further than that is considered near. So they might be 15 feet away, they might be 30 feet away. But if you want to close with them, you can do that as part of your regular turn. And then everything beyond that is far. I like my cannons.
Yeah. Right. On the other hand, there's not a cannon can do, a determined dwarf with a hammer can't.
There you go. So this is my character Brim, the dwarf fighter, whose background was in a thieves guild. Maybe he was the muscle for a local thieves guild, and he got tired of dealing with those reprobates, and he said, "No, I'm going to bust out on my own." You got to remember in Shadowdark, speaking to what Nano was talking about the kind of generosity he would give his players. Shadowdark is designed to be like kind of a grim dark version of D&D, akin to the old school, whereby when you start out, you're not heroes. You're just people you're just regular schmucks who heard that there might be some treasure in that old abandoned whatever.
Right.
Decided to strap on a sword and see if you can make yourself rich. So 80 hit points, 11 AC. That's not too bad.
See, I do like Palladium, at least the, Rift's Megaverse take on that, where your armor has hit points. Right.
Right.
So
and you have to eat through the armor before you get to the actual meat, right?
Yeah, armor class has like basically nothing to do with it. It's just like roll to hit and roll to dodge. If you hit. There can be an argument made, game master's discretion, that critical like a natural 20 punches through the armor and does damage directly to your personal hit points.
What do I need to roll? Seduce the bar went to medium high charisma.
Can I roll to pick up girl? Are there girls? I roll to pick up girls.
Are there girls there? Yeah, there are. If there are any girls there, I want to do them. We have to watch that. I also threw.
Anybody doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Oh, they'll know because we'll find it here. Let me see if I can find it. First off, let me stop sharing my character sheet because you guys don't need to see that. All right.
Okay, you look for it and chat because I've got to see a man about a dog.
Summoner Geeks, that's what it is. All right, I'm going to share this. I want to wait till he comes back, though. You need a new Franklins. You need a few Franklins. I don't know what that means, Franklins. The level 1 gets hit by a wyvern. Yeah, well, you shouldn't be throwing a wyvern. I mean, that's the problem with random encounter tables, right? And if you stick to the rules and you're wandering through a mountainous area, you could reasonably roll encountering a wyvern. Now, that doesn't mean that your characters have to fight them. As a matter of fact, in Shadowdark, they make a point of discretion is the better part of valor. You don't necessarily want to get into every fucking fight. If you can sneak past and steal a pouch of gold or steal a suit of armor or whatever, fucking do it. Because the way Shadowdark does experience, and this is how the old school D&D did, you had to you calculate experience based on the gold you got. So, and that's how Shadowdark does it as well. So basically, you have certain tiers of treasures. So like a bag of gold is like a tier 1 treasure, or gives you 1 experience point for a bag of gold. But then, like a really nice, like jeweled scepter or something like that could go for a couple hundred gold pieces. That'll be like a 3. A legendary weapon might give you 10 experience points. So the idea is that your whole goal as crawlers, that's what they call them, not adventurers, they call them crawlers, is you crawl around in the dark and you try and find treasure, and you get back to the city, and you carouse, kind of like in Conan the Barbarian. After they steal the big fucking gem, do they go and fucking buy a plot of land and raise chickens? No, they go into town, they get fucking drunk, and they party. That's the idea behind Shadowdark. So they have this whole thing in the game rules, Twin, called carousing. So when you're done your adventure and you come back to your home base, whatever town you might be close to, you roll on a carousing table. And depending on how much gold you want to throw into the carousing table, that gives you a bonus to your result. Because the higher the roll on the carousing table, the better the result. So if you're really low, you might have gotten drunk and you wound up in the dungeon, the local, garrison, because you threw a drink in the face of a soldier or something like that, right? But if you roll really well, you might have gained a boon from some influential noble who says, hey, you know what? I've got a cottage in the woods. You guys can stay there whenever you want. It's consider it yours. Well, this is the point of going and dungeoning. You're bettering yourselves by getting loot so you can enjoy yourself and hopefully, maybe, if you're lucky, become better. Franklin is $100. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, and the other thing about Shadow Dark is, and they borrowed this from a Dungeon Crawl Classics. You typically will, and you don't always do this, but you typically will start what's called a gauntlet. So at the beginning of the adventure, when everybody sits down to play for the very first time, they all have 4 0-level characters. That means they have no class, they have no special abilities or anything. They're just regular members of whatever their race is. And so they have their racial abilities or their ancestry abilities. And whatever things, and they roll to see what random gear they have to start with. You might not start with a weapon. You might start with just some fucking iron spikes and a torch. But the idea is you take these 4 characters and you go through the dungeon, and as whoever survives by the end, that becomes your character, and then they become a level 1 of whatever class is appropriate, whatever you think you want to be. I attack the darkness. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna play this here. Hold on.
Oh, you waited for me?
Of course I did. Of course I did. How can I not wait for you?
You wound up in the dungeon because Six grabbed the bar wench's ass when he was out of gold pieces.
That's it. All right, here we go, folks. I'm going to go full screen on this.
Gallstaff, you have entered the door to the north. You are now by yourself, standing in a dark room. The pungent stench of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon walls.
Where are the Cheetos?
They're right next to you.
I cast a spell. Where's the Mountain Dew?
In the fridge, duh.
I want to cast a spell. Can I have a Mountain Dew?
Yes, you can have a Mountain Dew. Just go get it.
I can cast any of these, right? On the list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile. The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Fine. You attack the darkness. There's an elf in front of you.
Whoa!
That's me, right? He's wearing a brown tunic, and he has gray hair and blue eyes.
No, I don't. I have gray eyes.
Let me see that sheet.
Well, it says I have blue, but I decided I wanted gray eyes.
Whatever. Okay, you guys can talk to each other now if you want.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Gallstaff, Sorcerer of Light.
Then how come you had to cast Magic Missile?
you guys are being attacked.
Do I see that happening?
No, you're outside by the tavern.
Cool, I get drunk.
There are 7 ogres surrounding you.
How could they surround us? I had Mordenkainen's magical watchdog cast.
No, you didn't.
I'm getting drunk. Are there any girls there?
I totally did. You asked me if I wanted any equipment before this adventure, and I said no. But I need material components for all my spells, so I cast Mordenkainen's faithful watchdog.
But you never actually cast it.
Roll the dice to see if I'm getting drunk.
Yeah, you are.
Are there any girls there?
Yeah.
I did, though. I completely said when you asked me.
No, you didn't. You didn't actually say that you were casting the spell. So now there's ogres, okay?
Ogres? Man, I got an ogre slaying knife. It's got a +9 against ogres.
You're not there. You're getting drunk.
Okay, but if there's any girls there, I want to do them.
And That's Dungeons and Dragons, folks. That's Dungeon. That's, you know what? That's not far off of how we used to play when I was a kid. When I was a young boy. I attack the darkness. No, the players tended to run. Yeah, you run, man. When you face a wyvern at first level, you fucking run. You wound up in dungeon because Six grabbed the bar wench's ass when he was out of gold. He says, yeah, that's right. You rolled poorly on your carousing table. Let's see. That's how Six adventures, Cheetos and grabbing ass. Roll for initiative. Six, man, if you ever want to sit in on a game session, let me know, man. You're welcome to play.
Yeah,
you too, Nano Reaper. I know you say you only play second edition, but if you wanted to play Shadow Dark, we're just starting things up. Happy to have you along. So, and so the Kickstarter for Shadow Dark's sort of campaign setting called the Western Reaches, I backed it. It's coming out this year, and the idea is it's supposed to be. It's not for a West Marches style, but it's designed with that in mind. If you wanted to run a West Marches style game,
I don't know what that means.
So West Marches style game is basically, it's a rotating sort of cast of players. So you set it up, Game Master plays, he lets everybody know what days he's available, and then whoever can play shows up. So if they can't show up, they show up one week, but they can't show up the next, and there's a different group or a couple of new people or whatever, doesn't matter. The idea is you start in your home city, whatever it might be, and at the end of the adventure, you wind up in your home city. So that as things are happening, everybody is starting back at the same place. But if one group does something like goes to the haunted keep over there on the hills of Algagor, then and they raid it and they steal the magic chalice that was in the what do you call it, the keep of Algagor. Then the next group, if they decide they want to go to the keep of Algagor, that magic chalice ain't there anymore because it's already been gotten by the first group. So it's a persistent kind of world that allows for multiple players and multiple groups.
It means a lot of note keeping and map drawing.
Yes, but that's something that the GM puts on the players. Like, you guys draw the fucking map. I'm not drawing it for you, and you keep track of what you've got, and you share it with me at the end of the night, so that I know how to adjust things for the next group. And it's also designed around hex crawling or point crawling, so that when you start off, maybe you've explored the first hex around the town that you're in. But beyond that, you don't know what else is out there.
Right.
So basically, you're going to move off in a direction. And then it's kind of cool because you basically can build the hex map as you go if you roll on a random table.
Oh, yeah.
So, which is kind of...
Have you seen that product that's come out? The magnetic hex map.
Oh, I backed it.
Oh, yeah, where it's like a deck of cards that magnetically fix together and have a cap. So you don't know what's under there till you go. Yeah. And you just can randomly turn it. What's over here? This is over here.
Right. Now, the one that I backed is a dungeon-based one. So basically, it's like, you enter one hex and there's a bunch of side passages and maybe you put in a couple of like features that you want them to look at. But then, they don't know what's next until you lay it out. And you could even lay out the dungeon randomly as they go. Yeah. Use it like a deck of cards. But I think the idea is you build it out beforehand and just put the fog of war over everywhere they haven't explored.
Yeah, if you want to, but I mean, the simplest thing is what's in this dungeon. Like, if you have an idea for like an overview map, this place to the north, that place to the south, sure. But what's in this dungeon? Even you don't know, right? Like,
right. Yeah, that's it, and that's where like rolling randomly kind of comes in, and it's kind of fun because the GM becomes part of the game. They're not just facilitating a story. They're like, I don't know what monster's going to be in this room. I have a table, but that table wasn't designed by me. It just says it's a level 2 table. So hopefully they're level 2 monsters or something you guys can fight or sneak past or whatever. So that's what makes it fun, because it becomes a game for the GM as well as the players, right? Does anyone make good zinc metal minis anymore? Zinc? Not that I'm aware of. They made pewter for the longest time, but now everybody just makes plastic or resin or vinyl.
Pewter's too soft, man. They're great looking.
Yeah.
But man, one minor accident and that thing is like it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Remember the other day you and I were playing around with that hex map maker tool?
Yeah. Oh, I was actually thinking I could open up Civilization 6 and show you the map builder, that it's like almost exactly the same. It's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, go for it.
Oh. Yeah, because I saw yours. I was like, wow, oh, that's like just like Civ 6, man.
There's another one called hexroll.net, I think it is, where basically it makes you a random hex map. And the cool thing is, while you're bringing it up, I'll go to hexroll.net and I'll show you guys what it does.
Because we had done this thing where we were rolling the dice to pick the next hex, right? And one die did direction, and it was 2d6 to change the tile or whatever. And it was starting to generate some really interesting stuff. But we were doing it by hand, and it takes fucking forever. You know, rolling for every square and changing, like, you know, sometimes it doesn't go to the next square. It goes back in a circle to places you've already put stuff. So it's changing them. But if you did it, you know, if you could roll that die, I mean, it's basically how a random map generator works, right?
Right. So my mistake, it's not hexroll.net, it's hexroll.app. And you know what, I'll go back so you can see how it, so when it loads, it's like this. Roll a solo sandbox. So if you wanted to play a solo game, which is apparently all the rage right now, I don't get it, but you can roll a sandbox. And then it gives you a template to start from. So you can decide what type of realm it is. Is it a kingdom? Is it an empire? Is it a duchy? Is it an island? Let's go with empire this time. Population. Generate now. Generate between 24 and 32 regions. We can change that. Let's change it between 12 and 24 regions. And then you can choose what kind of settings, what kind of percent chance. I think that's what that means. Percent chance, probability factor, sorry, of hex types. So we got plains, which is pretty high, desert, which is 1, Arctic is none, swamp is 2, jungle is 0. That's fine. Number of dungeons. You can choose how many dungeons are in here. 6 to 9 is fine. Caves, temples. Let's make the tombs. No, let's make the temple, the caves probability a little higher. Dungeon size. Prefer small dungeons. You can check that off or leave it open. So you might get some large dungeons. Wandering monsters highest HD is 4. You can change that. Generate number of settlements. Generate between 6 to 9 settlements. No, let's change that. Let's make it 10 to 12. Cities, towns. Let's change that up a little bit. Villages, 6. Number of inns not in settlements, 3 to 6 inns. Okay, that's fine. Number of dwellings, 7 to 11. Sure, that's fine. Farms and cabins, strongholds. Okay. Number of factions. You can choose how many factions. Let's make there's 2 to 4 factions. Scroll mods. I don't know what that is. Okay. So now we go generate. And it's the Empire of Azadar. We can zoom in. You can also change the look of it. So if I want to change the look, how do I change the look?
Are those dark ones all mountains? Those are hella mountain ranges.
Yeah.
Can you
change the theme so it looks slightly different, right?
Now you can edit this map, right?
Yep.
I like the idea of a very tiny, like 1 hex wide pass through the mountains that gets you from one side of the island to the other. Maybe even make it zigzag through some of that thick gorge of mountain there.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so basically we've got a bunch of little areas here. So Thedar is in the Fallen Star Steppe. You can zoom in on it. Thodar. And then you can click on it. And if you zoom in, you got a whole city. And then these little red dots, it tells you what they are.
Wow. Oh, that's pretty
So there's a bakery, right? And then if you click on it, it tells you who the baker is. Flamino Carena. He has wild green eyes, thin white hair, and a double chin. He's worthless. In the pocket, a dirty handkerchief and a magnifying glass. Unlock this. Oh, so you unlock it, and it'll add a hook if you want it. You roll the dice, it gives you a plot hook. Flamino's wife, Generalda, is missing since last week. Generalda is held captive in the hideout of the cursed ogre. And if you click on that, it'll take you to the hideout of the cursed ogre. Isn't that cool?
That's interesting, yeah.
And then you click on this, tells you what's in that room. A successful listening roll could detect the sounds of that the harpy is making inside this area. Gives you a description to read aloud. Tells you the stats of the harpy and how much gold there is. It's 2,000 gold pieces. There's also a small empty bottle near the wall at the far end and some dry remains of food spread all over the place. Anyway, it's really cool. This tool is really neat. If you just want to make something on the fly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is great, actually.
Yeah, I like it. So let's go back. Let's go to the Airpoint Wastelands. Okay, how do I close that?
I have no idea.
Regional weather. Okay, so cool. There's the whole map. Okay. Dragonclaw Fields. So, see another city. Oh, wait, there's something here in the desert. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
What?
Oh, there's nothing there. It's just, it looks like a ruin or something. What's this? Okay, there's nothing there either. That's gay. So we're at Thodar. There's another city. Nightfell. Let's go to Nightfell. So Nightfell looks like it's just a little town. Well, there's a barber. Her name is Galliana Vassiliana. She has piercing black eyes. And then you unlock it and give her a hook. Galliana's son Nadagar is missing since last month's secret. Nadagar is held captive in the hideout of the cursed ogre. Recovery reward is 800 gold pieces. Wow. So the hideout of the cursed ogre has a lot of shit in it.
Multiple hostages.
Yeah. And then if you look at, there's the details of the town shops in this little area here.
Huh.
There's a brewery. There's guards. Tells you what their class is. Lodge, the Fearless Mummy Lodge. Common beer costs you 5 copper pieces. Craft beer is 1 silver piece. And cider is 8 copper pieces.
So if anyone's ever wondering why their internet's been a little slow and janky and herky-jerky lately, this is exactly why, because the AI is doing everything.
That's right.
This
ogre's a kidnapping bastard. What 2 rums should I use for the next Mai Tai? Hamilton 86 or Hamilton 151, Leilong Kasha? Oh, fuck. Bacardi White, Bacardi Dark.
I don't know rum very well. I do know El Dorado, so Yeah.
Anyway, that's hexroll.app. It's not a bad little app or little page to play around with making an empire or a kingdom or whatever. Why would an ogre kidnap a baker's wife? That's up for the GM to figure out. That ogre is a kidnapping bastard, yes. He practices Taekwondo. Oh my god. Even in fantasy, craft beer is overpriced. Yes, it is. All right, you want to share your civilization while I go get myself a drink?
It's not even worth it now. That tool was so cool. It's like, yeah. The other tool you were using before that we used the other night, that Civ was slightly better than that. This is like just blew Civ out of the water for
that one's just that one's just draw your own hex map, but I was using the Shadow Dark rules to design it.
Yeah.
We threw in a couple of little wrenches into the works to make it a little bit more chaotic, but that was fun.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, I'm gonna go get a drink, so bear with me, folks, while I go get a drink.
And I'll think of something to chat about while you're gone.
Keep the people entertained there, Twin.
It's too much pressure now. Now I won't be able to do it. But yeah, I just for RPGing, just throw the rules away. Do whatever you want. Do whatever's going to be fun. You know, for you and your players, if you're game mastering, like there's got to be some boundaries, but you know, nothing's written in stone. It's all entirely up to you. And if it's not going to be fun, then why are you playing, right? Like, again, ask yourself what kind of campaign you want, right? Do you want, nobodies that are dragged into certain, like, events beyond their control and, they become something as they go? That's a fun story to play, right? Or do you want, like, beasts that destined to be heroes of legend just coming out the gate, like, coming in hot? Then play that too, right? You know, they're both interesting. It just depends on your players. And even if there's variation among the players, go with that. One of them's just like, oh, no, I want to have 18 stats across the board. Fine. And somebody else is going along with them and becoming their character. That happens in fun movies too. It's literally just make-believe. This is how I explained it to my kid's son. It's just make-believe. You pick up a stick, and now the stick is a sword, and you and your dad are sword fighting, and you go, I got you, and he goes, no, you didn't, no, you didn't. So you roll dice to find out what actually happened. That's it. That's literally the whole thing. Overcomplicate it as much as you want, or don't overcomplicate it. Smith and Cross Jamaican Pot Still Rum, 114 proof. And Plantray 3-star. I don't know rum, but those sound delightful. I hope it works out. Smith and Cross Jamaican Pot Still Rum. It's a mouthful. And I'm really liking my Ivar character. I'm disappointed that we don't have a party to properly campaign, because that was a decent time, the last one. And I think Hunts and what's her name? Kalendra? Couldn't show tonight. Shalendra.
Yeah.
But Pox might have come and played Gabreli, and then we could have done Ivar, the Ballad of Ivar and Gabreli.
Yeah, I had something for you guys. You're like your first meeting.
Yeah, I thought that could have been fun.
I decided on Smith and Cross Jamaican Pot Still Rum, 114 proof, and Plantray 3-star. I don't know any of those.
Yeah.
I'm a Bacardi guy.
They sound fancy, though.
Or I'll drink Captain Morgan if that's the well rum at the bar. But I'll be frank, I haven't drank in a long time. I don't really drink anymore. Finally finishing full novel 4. Manuscript is half finished. Next novella will be a free ebook exclusive. It happens before first novella. First 2 pages won't be in Spanish. LOL.
Bacardi is kind of crap, says Nano.
Yeah, sure.
It's bottom shelf, right? Bacardi and the Captain Morgans, it's just inexpensive rum. Most people don't care because it mixes with sweet drinks pretty easily, and then it's fine, right? And they just want to get drunk.
Yeah, Cuba Libre is my go-to drink when I drink.
Sure.
I don't drink that often, so. So I'm on day 5 of my Daniel fast. The Daniel fast is it's rooted in the Bible, and for 21 days I'm not eating anything from an animal. So no cheese, no meat, obviously, no fish. All it is fruits and vegetables and whole grains, and all I'm drinking is water. So no sweeteners, no sugars, no honeys, nothing like that. So I've been really enjoying things like bell peppers and hummus. Raisins are really good. As long as they don't have sugar on them, they're fine. I'm eating dates right now. I love dates, man. Medjool dates, so good.
I might do one day. Bacardi is for dumb college chicks.
I guess I'm a dumb college chick. My favorite campaign to run was all evil races campaign, but no evil alignment characters. That's interesting.
Make them the white sheep of their clans and shit.
I had a deity in my home campaign called Saint Ossian. Saint Ossian was a Cuthbertian. So Saint Cuthbert of the Cudgel, he's like a lawful good. He's the rustic knight, the down to earth kind of god. And his whole thing was, beat evil with a stout stick. You could beat the evil out of people if you, right? Well, Saint Ossian was a Cuthbertian, and Saint Ossian made it his mission to try and convert the evil humanoid races to goodness. And he was crucified for it on a wheel, but not before he converted a lone goblin. And that lone goblin spread the word to the other humanoid races. So it became kind of a cult of Saint Cuthbert called the Ossianites. And one of the things was the symbol of the Ossianites was an X in a circle, kind of like the X-Men logo, right?
Sure.
So, but one of the things was if you found a holy symbol, if you were like an orc, right? If an orc were to find a holy symbol of Ossian and put it on to try and fool people into thinking he was a good guy, he would be converted automatically to Ossian. Like he would basically just have a change of heart over time. He's like, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad being
a
good.
literal come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, you put one on. So it was like a trick to play on the humanoid races. Don't try and use Saint Ossian as subterfuge. So yeah. And you couldn't like do a trap where you would like hold down an orc and put it on his neck. He had to willingly put it on, right?
Right. Knoll Ranger? Nano had a Knoll Ranger. Is a Knoll Gnome Troll mix?
A party of gnolls, orcs, minotaurs, and goblin, all priests and paladins. Of Saint Ossian?
Oh, I think he just means the campaign he would run.
Oh. I had a Knoll Ranger who was fun to play. Cool.
Gnolls are half gnome, half troll. Is that what that is?
No, gnolls are like hyena people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're highly regimented and they know how to use weapons, and they're good with pack tactics. Yeah.
Fucking furries.
So yeah, Melina was like, when does your fast end? And I'm like, the 15th of February. She's like, oh, I was hoping we could go to the keg for Valentine's Day. I'm like, we could still go to the keg for Valentine's Day. I just have to have a wedge salad with vinaigrette.
And potato. They make a baked potato, don't they?
They do, but I can't put butter on it. I can't put sour cream on it.
Oh.
So it'd just be a potato with like salt and pepper. I guess I could put chives on it too. But no, we have a couple of keg gift cards, so we're gonna hold on to them. And we'll go after Valentine's Day. No, I can't do ranch dressing because it's made with milk. Normally when I get the wedge salad, yeah. I get it with the ranch dressing. So good. All right.
Okay, let me see if I can share.
I played it before. You guys see this?
I don't. But I've been having my own trouble.
And unfortunately, I can't see the chat. So.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, you're playing it again?
I want to see if I can beat it without losing anybody. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to play it.
Oh, is it still loading? Jeez.
Loading Ariandar Bjornsson. Copy. My dog's barking because she heard the music from the game. She's like, what's that strange noise? She barks at everything, man. It's crazy. Oh, that's cool. That's your ranger character you want to make?
Yeah. Half elf ranger. Right, that he could be like used to know for Ivar, right?
Right.
And yeah, I never work in green. So I thought I would
work in green?
Yeah, like color schemes and different weapon patterns and like styles for stuff. Like everyone has their own sort of oeuvre and preferences.
Yeah.
And I like never use green. So using green along with the tan and black, having found some cool patchy shit, I think it worked out nicely that like as a ranger out in the like so he's Ariander Bjornsson.
Yeah.
Right. So his father is like what's it called? The Isles of Andric?
Yeah.
The Nords of Shadowdark.
Yeah.
And mother is an elf, right? So sort of a half-breed outcast type thing. But in the wooded, icy mountains of the Isles of Andric, right, he'd be well broken up in the terrain,
That's cool.
Yeah. I try to load more. I just kept him. He's a copy because I have other versions like poses. But it's just taking so long to open them. Oh no, that one worked. Okay. Oops. And what are you up to over there?
I am downloading a form fillable character sheet, and we can make your ranger character because the rules exist for ranger.
Oh yeah. I went the lazy way. I just screenshotted straight out of the player's handbook.
Yeah.
And put it in Paint.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
What'd you call this guy?
Ariander Bjornsson. So a very elf first name given by his mother, but Bjornsson, the patronymics of his Nordic father.
Bjorn's son, Owen or Ian?
Owen. They're not Swedes. Oh, wrong eye color. Oh no, we rolled a natural one and the interface crashed.
What's the background? What's his background?
Oh, like his upbringing?
Yeah, for backgrounds you got a few options, so
well, why don't we stop sharing my screen and share yours instead?
you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Because honestly, my internet is just so slow. I can't even play with Hero Forge while we're streaming.
That's brutal.
It's just taking too long.
Excuse me. So, I don't know if you can see that.
Yes.
Her name Irving Twin. Character name Ariander Bjornsson.
It's E-R Ariander and two N's together in Bjornsson. Sorry.
My mistake. Ariander. 2 N's after the R?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So we're going to roll for background.
Oh, are there pickable options? Can I just ask for one?
Oh, yeah, we can pick one. Just 1 sec here. Find them. Backgrounds. So we got Urchin, Wanted, Cult Initiate, Thieves Guild, Banish. Your people cast you out for supposed crimes. Orphaned, Wizard's Apprentice, Jeweler, Herbalist, Barbarian, Mercenary, Sailor, Acolyte, Soldier, Ranger.
There it is.
All right, background is Ranger. The woods and wilds are your true home.
Yeah, the explanation of it is he's like not outcast like the description background, but
Yep.
his half-breedness is sort of frowned upon by the Nords, right? But he's always drawn to the woods and the wilds anyway. So he's because he's half elf.
Right.
So he spends a lot of time out there, comes back and doesn't bother anybody. So they're not out to get him or anything. They breathe a sigh of relief when he goes back into the woods, you know. And
Cool.
he doesn't overstay his welcome.
What's Ariander's alignment.
Lawful. Right. You have to do things the correct way out in the wilds, or you die.
Got it.
Right. So he's very strict about rules.
Okay, and he's from the Isles of Andric, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so for deities, you've got a few other options instead of the ones that are in Shadowdark. You can worship Freya,
Oh yeah.
Odin, Loki, or the whole pantheon of Norse gods, all three of them.
I don't know. It's not going to be Loki.
No.
Oh, then again, the wilds, could go all ways. Yeah, just whole pantheon. Right?
Okay.
He's got to have a healthy respect for all of them because, he's often alone and just by that virtue in peril.
Right.
He doesn't want to piss off Loki.
Okay, let's roll for your stats. Now, in my game, 46 for two of your stats. So you decide which ones you want the 46 in.
They would have to be Constitution and Dexterity.
Got it? Okay. So you want to roll 3d6 for your strength?
Sure. Let me actually, because we have Owlbear open somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think I do.
So if I just roll in Owlbear,
I think you need to be in a scene, though. I'm not sure.
No, I can just open the tray.
Oh, cool. All right, cool.
Don't even. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 3d6. 11.
No, that's not bad for strength.
That's very good.
11 gives you a +0, I'm afraid.
That's still quite strong.
Yep. With dexterity, roll 4d6 and drop the lowest.
Okay, wish me luck. So 5, 4, and 3. Drop the 2. What did that give me? 12?
12, yeah.
All right, that's nice. That's nice.
That gives you a +1, I'm not sure.
I think so.
Yep.
Now. Oh, I have to fill the tray again. Okay. And yeah, Constitution. Okay, here we go. Fuck off. Okay, so my 3 highest are 3, 4, and 2. What is that, 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Intelligence?
I'm trying to... These are just 3d6s now, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Intelligence is fucking 12.
It's good.
No, yeah, it's great. I just wanted that roll for my Constitution.
It's all good, man.
8.
8 for wisdom?
Yes.
Okay, and charisma?
11.
Okay, now, the rules in Shadowdark is if you don't get at least 114, you can re-roll the whole thing.
Then I'm going to have to, because you even gave me cheats, and if I can't get a 14 with cheats, that's terrible.
True.
Okay, so strength, here we go. 1, 2, 3 dice. 9.
Okay. Second edition AD had Dragon Magazine class of Rangers called the Deathstalker. That takes species enemy of some type of undead at a higher level. He became immune to some undead effects and got improved.
Interesting.
Saving throws to others. Yeah, I think they did that with third edition as well. You chose a favorite enemy for a ranger.
Huh.
Your mother was a wood elf. Your father was a corn berserker.
Pretty much.
Okay, so 9.
There we go. Okay, so 14 for dexterity.
Dexterity, that's good.
That's nice.
That gives you a +2.
And okay, so another 46 for Constitution. Boom.
Yep.
11. Okay. Yeah. For me, at this point, it's already roughly a keeper.
Yep.
I wouldn't be too upset unless I got some seriously bad roll. 12 for intelligence. That's useful. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Wisdom's good too, because then you can notice shit very easily.
Yeah. 4. Jesus.
4?
Yeah.
Ugh.
2 ones. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Fuck. 14.
Okay, so your wisdom isn't necessarily that you are you have poor senses, but you may have a poor sense of some of like the more social aspects. So you may not be too wise when it comes to worldly things. You know your realm, right?
Yes, yeah.
Now,
is the city.
Unfortunately, it still affects like spot checks and shit like that. But let me see if I can find the rules for the Shadow Dark Ranger. Because then we're going to find out what your talents are.
Because, like, on average, this is actually a phenomenal stat roll.
Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so here's what it says about here, I'll share this tab just so you can see it. Can't believe it's blocking me out. Okay, skilled trackers, stealthy wanderers, and peerless warriors who call the wilds their home. Weapons: dagger, longbow, longsword, shortbow, short sword, spear, and staff. Armor: leather armor or chainmail. Hit points 1d8 per level. So you're like a fighter in that sense. Wayfinder: you have advantage on checks associated with navigation, tracking, bushcraft, stealth, and wild animals. So that's good. Advantage is awesome in this game.
Yeah. Unless you have a -3 to all rolls.
Herbalism: make an intelligence checks to prepare an herbal remedy you choose. If you fail, you can't make that remedy again until you successfully rest. Unused remedies expire in 3 rounds. So anytime you want, you can make a herbal remedy check with a DC.
What does 3 rounds mean?
And it's intelligent. What's that? Sorry?
What does 3 rounds mean? Does it mean like action rounds?
Yeah, 3. So Shadow Dark's also played, even when you're exploring, you're going round by round. So after you've had 3 turns to act, mid adventure.
Yeah.
But in D&D parlance, it's 6 seconds. So after about 18 seconds, they're no good anymore.
That's like weird.
Well, the idea is that you've got a bunch of shit in your pouches, and you can find mosses and stuff like that, and you're able to put shit together. So to make a salve, it's very easy. So it only heals 1 hit point, but it can help, and you can keep doing it until you fail. You can heal 1 hit point. To make a stimulant, you can't be surprised for 10 rounds, 12. Bowbane: you get advantage on attack and damage against 1 creature type you choose for 1d6. So the idea is, fuck off with the ads.
See, but this thing, I'm looking at the top one. Curative, effectively a potion of healing, right?
Yeah, but it's only 1 hit point.
A potion of healing?
Oh, a potion of healing. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
For 15, and for a 15 intelligence check with a chance of not being able to, what's it called? Of then not being able to make another one. That sounds like a thing that you should be able to like make 1 or 2, put them in your bag, and go.
Yeah.
But like it shouldn't expire in 3 rounds. Like I'd like a way to make a longer lasting one. Like it's good for 2 days.
I hear you, but you're doing something like quick. So think Aragorn, right?
King's foil. It's a weed.
Yeah, he goes and finds something, but once it's plucked and once it's mashed up in his mouth or whatever, it loses its efficacy very quickly. That's the idea, I guess, behind it, right? Oh man, this is driving me nuts. Fuck this. I'm gonna find it somewhere else. Oh, did I stop sharing?
Yes, but that's okay.
Go back to the PDF.
I'm really mad about that 4, man. Like,
yeah, that's pretty awful.
You just ruined a good character. Like, just put an 8 in there. 8's still -1, I think.
Yeah, it is. I think. Yeah.
Okay, make it a 9 and put my strength down to 7.
No, we're not gonna do that.
He's not strong. It's fine.
No, that's fine.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna find the Ranger character. Shadow Dark. Ranger.
And like, since he's supposed to be a half elf, how does that work now? Do I like choose for the racial stuff one or the other? Do we find a way to split the difference?
I mean, we can figure out,
because humans get an extra talent, or elves get farsight, which humans can't get at all.
Right. So your ranger title, you're a wanderer. It doesn't give me all your details, though. It tells you, okay. You know what? Okay, here we go. So you can make a restorative, ends 1 poison or disease, or you can make a curative. So if you wanted to make a curative, it's equivalent to a potion of healing. But that's a DC 15. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to roll for your class talent. And do you want to take the extra talent as a human, or do you want to take Farsight as an elf?
Hold on. Share us the screen that you're looking at. Oh yeah. So I can just roll the dice though, right?
Yep.
For a ranger talent.
Yep.
So boom.
2d6.
7.
+2 to strength, dexterity, or intelligence.
Ooh. Fuck.
Your dex and intelligence are pretty good, so it makes sense to put it in strength.
No. I want to like beef up dexterity. He's going to be like the wickedest ranger, the rangeriest ranger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 16, you're going to go to 16 on your dex?
That's fucking awesome. Yeah.
That gives you a +3 now.
That makes me feel a little less bad about the -1 on the wisdom checks.
All right. Now, are you going to roll for a second talent as a human, or are you going to take Farsight as an elf?
What other things do I have here? +1 to melee or ranged attacks is a good one, but if I just had Farsight, that's +1 to ranged attacks, right?
Yeah, Farsight gives you get +1 bonus to attack rolls with ranged weapons, or a +1 bonus to spellcasting checks.
Yeah, okay. Let's just take the Farsight.
Got it.
Really put the elf in there.
Okay. Cool.
And obviously the ranged attacks option. Yeah.
So I'm going to change your ancestry to half elf. Farsight.
Half elf ranger. Yeah, so what's next?
And what was the human ancestry one you rolled? +2. Oh, right.
Oh no, that was for ranger specifically.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, you're right. Class details. Right.
Yeah, because everybody gets their one class talent, right? And then each race has a different thing. Humans is an extra talent.
Yeah, let's see what humans got. Yeah, ambitious. You get to roll another talent. So you just, instead of rolling another talent, you chose.
I get the Elvish Farsight. Yeah.
All right. So class details for the ranger. Where did I get that?
So I can't read this.
What's that?
Can't read the page you're sharing.
Oh. I'm not going to detail all the herbalism stuff.
Sure.
All right, roll talents. You got +2 to stat.
Dexterity, yeah. Fuck.
Okay. Hit points. Max level at first, or max at first level. So 8. Oh, D8. What's that, a D8? Maximum hit points currently 8. Portrait token. Character notes. What kind of armor are you going to have?
Well, do we have to do cash, right?
Yeah, 2d6.
2 in the tray and roll. 6. No, 7.
7 times 5 is 35.
All right. Now, I don't have the list. I guess a ranger should have the crawling pack, right?
If you want.
And I've got a decent amount of cash here. So let's just go. Oh, look, I'm there at gear. So I have 35?
Yep.
Okay, so the crawling kit, that goes for sure.
Okay.
7 GP leaves me 28. We're just going to go with the leather armor. 11 plus dex modifier. That leaves me with 18. So, going to need the longbow for 8 GP. That leaves me with 10 gold. I had some limitations on weapons, right?
Yeah, so you can use dagger, longbow, longsword, shortbow, short sword, spear, or staff.
can we make it a hatchet and use either the short sword or dagger rules?
Oh, so you want to have a hand axe kind of thing?
Yeah, because it's like as a woodsman, right? That's definitely a thing he's got to have. And rather than like try to force great axe in there, just it's a short sword or a dagger, but in a hatchet shape. Like, is that a thing? Is that a thing we can do for aesthetics? Because that's what I put on his hip on the Hero Forge.
Yeah, so see why not.
All right, so
yeah, it's weird. They don't have a hand axe. I was wrong about the Warhammer. They do have a Warhammer.
Yes, but not a hammer, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's the same thing as hatchet and like ball peen hammer fall under tools and aren't in the weapons section here.
Right.
But they should still do damage if you use them. And we just use one of these rules, right?
Yeah.
Like
so your hand axe has the same damage as a dagger. It can be thrown or it can be used as a melee weapon.
Oh, and does it count with the finesse that dagger's a finesse weapon? Oh?
No, I wouldn't say it does.
Okay. But longbow is a finesse weapon. No.
Longbow is no, it's a two-handed weapon. It's a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
It has a range of far and it does 1d8 damage.
I'm surprised it's not a finesse weapon.
Oh wait, no, that's range. Okay, type.
Yeah.
No, it's just a ranged weapon.
Okay.
Ranged weapon and two-handed. You must use this weapon with two hands.
Okay, so then that would be a dagger cost, right? Or no?
Yeah, make it the same cost as the dagger.
Okay, so that brings me to 9 remaining.
Okay.
And there was something else I needed that doesn't come in the crawling kit, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, arrows.
Yes.
Well, I've got 9 GP. 1 GP is what, 20 arrows, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So let's go with 60 arrows. Is that something I can carry? That's 3 slots, I think.
It's a lot of arrows, man.
Well, he could be in the woods for weeks.
Yeah.
But that would leave me with 6 gold pieces that I can just have on hand for whatever.
Yeah, it just means you got to make like a quiver to carry 60 arrows. They're normally designed to carry about 20.
Can we split the difference on 40? Am I asking too much?
No, you're not asking too much. You got the slots for. Wait, what's your con? Or what's your strength? 9.
Or
you got a max of 10. You've got 10 slots. Your crawling kit is 7 slots. Your longbow and your armor are 1 slot, and your dagger are 1 slot.
So I don't see a quiver. I'm gonna guess they mean for it to come with any bow. So
yeah, it's just arrows, quiver, or 20 arrows. I think is 1 slot or 2 slots or something.
No, yeah, but in terms there's no quiver item. So I'm assuming one comes when you buy a bow. You have a bow and quiver, but the quiver can hold 40. But I could tie 20 up or tie 20 up in a bundle and shove it in the backpack, can't I?
Just like point out the backboard child of High Nobel is best background because you get an extra 1,000 gold to start. Another flaw. have supplied the party. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you've got 10 slots. Your armor takes up 1, your longbow takes up 1, and your dagger takes up 1. Your crawling kit takes up 7. That's 10.
Oh shit.
So you might want to lose the axe so you can have the quiver.
Oh, no. Quiver has to come with bow because it's not a purchasable item.
Then you think?
Has to.
No, I mean the arrows. The arrows take up a slot.
Sure, right? But the quiver is automatic. And I was just thinking if there's room in the backpack and I have the carry weight, I could just tie extra arrows in a bundle and shove them in the backpack.
Sure.
So they're not in my quiver. I'd have to remove the backpack, open it up, untie them. They're not like accessible like that, right?
Yeah, no, I hear it. What I'm saying is that your backpack is a 0, right?
Yeah.
Your crawling kit takes up 7.
Okay. What was that? What did I want to look at?
20 arrows takes up 1. A longbow takes up 1. Your armor takes up 1.
Because there's 2 torches. Okay.
You could get rid of your iron spikes. You get rid of your flint and steel because you could probably start a fire without it because you're a ranger.
Oh, is that a thing? Still, flint and steel. That'd be silly to just give it away.
Yeah.
No.
No, you'd sell it, right? You get the gold back too.
Oh, no. I mean, it'd be silly to not have it.
Right? Well, I know what you're saying, yeah.
You know, like, yes, I can make fire with 2 sticks, but I'm keeping this lighter on me if no one's taking it away. You know, that's... Sure. Okay. So, okay, hold on. Do I have no room for arrows? Is that what you're saying?
If you have the hand axe, then you have no room for arrows. If you drop the hand axe, you can fit the arrows.
So what?
Or you get rid of the leather armor, but you want the armor.
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, considering he's like a sort of mostly solo, and maybe he'll make an appearance with a group here and there. Like just his style. He can't really give up anything in this. Okay, I guess he's... Damn it. Really? That's fucking balls, man. Shit, if I had put that 2 into strength instead of dexterity.
Yeah, you'd have 11 slots.
I'd have the extra 1.
Yep.
Can I still do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do that. That solves the quiver problem. We'll get back to boosting dexterity at higher levels.
Yeah, every odd level,
you roll a new talent or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you have 11 slots. So yeah, you can have your hand axe and have your bow and have your armor and have your crawling kit.
Yeah, because he can't be without a bow as an elf, and he can't be without a hand axe as a ranger. That's just like, how do you chop wood? So now what?
Why can't I enter that? How much gold do you have left?
6. Oh, because it's the blank slot to the right of it.
No silver, no copper?
That's correct. No, wait, it's 8 gold pieces. I'm sorry, because I could only hold 20 arrows. I couldn't buy the 3 groups of arrows I wanted. So
right. How many rations? 3?
yes, that comes with the pack.
What's in your crawling kit? You got a backpack, which is 0 slots.
Yeah, and then I'll find it. It's right here. Flint and steel. 2 torches.
Flint and steel's 1 slot, right?
Yes. Torches are 1 each, right? You already put the rations. So 10 iron spikes, which is 1 slot. The grappling hook. And 60 feet of rope.
Sorry, what's after iron spikes?
Grappling hook.
And 60 feet of rope?
Yes.
And each of those take 1 slot, right?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you...
I already have your torches. Never mind. Let me get rid of those. They're in your consumables area.
Oh. With rations. Yeah, okay.
And you have leather armor.
Oh, yeah.
Why is your... They should have armor in there somewhere as well. All right, so weapon.
There is. There's somewhere... Yes, but there's somewhere on the sheet where I saw it has the armor class math.
What's your attack modifier? 2, right?
From strength?
Yep.
No, I think it's 1.
For dexterity,
it would be nothing.
No, for dexterity, it's 2.
I thought it wasn't a dex weapon. It's a strength weapon.
No, your bow. No, your bow is 2. Bow's dexterity based.
Okay.
Yeah, ranged weapons, pretty sure, do use dexterity as their stat to roll.
Yeah, that sounds familiar the way they describe it. Shooting a bow, balancing on a ledge, hiding from whatever. Yeah, somewhere in the stats description.
Yeah, I'm gonna even if it doesn't say it specifically, I'm gonna rule that you use your dex.
It does. When you find the stats and read their descriptions, it's in there.
Okay. Talents.
Farsight.
Yeah, I got that for ancestry. Your talent does. That's not a talent. You get a +3 bonus when you're using that.
Shooting a
Does
bow.
Farsight give you a plus to damage as well, or no?
I don't think so.
Just to
It's
attack. Okay.
Yeah.
And then your other weapon is a hand axe.
Yeah. Effectively a dagger.
I think it's near.
Oh, 6 left. Good night, 6. I'm sorry I didn't see you go. Nano says, take the far sight. Make sure his ears are extra pointy.
Yeah.
Next is homemade salsa and chips. That sounds delightful right now.
Actually, you know what? Since we're using it as a dagger, I'm going to give it the finesse and thrown.
Oh, okay. Finesse means you can use your
dex
dexterity.
or strength, whichever you like.
And also, when thrown, does that turn it into a ranged weapon and get it the extra
Yeah.
+1?
Yeah. Oh, let me do a slash. Could do 0 to 2. Let's do 2.
Okay. Oh yeah, damage mod. How would you get damage modifiers?
You might get a damage modifier based on your class. So fighters get a damage modifier, and you might get it because of the item itself. It could be magical.
Okay. Like does mastery give you +1 damage? Or just attack?
I think it's +1 damage or +1 attack.
But not both.
No, I think you get something gives you both. Hold on a sec.
I hope it's mastery. That just kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, weapon mastery. Choose one type of weapon, such as long swords. You gain +1 to attack and damage with that weapon. In addition, and add half your level to these rolls, round down.
Ooh.
So as you go up in level, you get way better with it. That's why fighters are pretty awesome in this.
Fuck yeah. Oh. 76, nothing higher than a 3.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it happens. All right, that's your detailed character sheet.
But again, this is a whole lot of work for what would potentially be like an NPC that you throw in one day in the future. If
Ivar dies and you want to play Ariander Bjornsson.
Please don't kill Ivar.
It won't be me, man. It'll be the dice.
If it ever got so far that, like, okay, you're getting into the histories, right? These bad dudes that Ivar left behind, they come for him, or for some reason they go to Andric and they run into these same people. And the leader one, the villain for the arc of the campaign, could call Ivar Vitlaus. Right? Just, oh, hello, Vitlaus, long time no see. You know, and just he always refers to him as that, and it's literally it means stupid. Vitlaus. Right? Witless. But that was always his nickname. And then what happens? Every level you roll for more hit points?
Yeah.
Copy paste? Nice.
Yeah, that's basically your table when you want to roll. There you go. I'm going to save him.
Oh, so it downloaded like a. Is it a PDF form or just?
Yeah, it's PDF. Yeah,
I hate PDF.
you hate PDF.
Yeah,
Fucking love PDF.
can't stand it.
Can't stand it, eh? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. If I made a character, it would be a dwarf tunnel warden. Homebrew rules are best rules. Yeah, well, yeah. You want to make it so everybody's having fun. And if all you're worried about is your low wisdom score and you play to your weakness all the time, you're not having a good time.
Hey. This was a ranger and kind of an NPC.
Yeah.
I had high hopes for him, you know. Ivar, I was like, no, I'm going into this like practically naked.
Well, if I were going to make an NPC, I wouldn't give him such a low wisdom. I would just give him stats. I wouldn't roll for him.
Yeah.
I just say he'd probably have a good wisdom because he's got to be alert. He might not be, the most charismatic because he's not used to being around people. So I'll probably give him a low charisma. And in terms of intelligence, his intelligence might not be so high because he's not really book smart, right?
Yeah.
Everything he's learned in the wilds. So I'd probably give him a 10 intelligence, maybe an 8 charisma, give him a decent dexterity, a decent con. I might give him a 0 modifier con, a decent strength so he can carry all that shit. And wisdom would be probably higher, probably be a 12 or something.
I think you don't like Ivar.
What do you mean? No, I like Ivar. I think he's cool.
Ivar's great.
I like Ivar. He's cool.
I like him being dumb and tough.
Yeah.
And he's just smart enough to know he doesn't know enough. So if he wants to be better, he needs to learn. He needs to trust somebody else.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, you're playing into him being quite stupid.
Yeah.
But you and I have different ideas of what an 8 intelligence would be.
7.
Is it 7?
Craig, yeah. It's -2.
Okay, so he's approaching, village idiot.
No, okay.
He's not retarded.
He's a grown man, a muscular Viking man that's not really smarter than an 11-year-old. Like, you find a smart 11-year-old, it's like, yeah, Ivar's almost that smart.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably doesn't read very well. He's,
at all. It's not that he can't, it's that he doesn't.
Yeah, but he can read. He's just not super literate.
Yeah. Don't ask him to read out loud. That's going to take all day.
Yeah. So, let's see. Okay, so if every human being in the world has a range between 3 and 18, 9 would be the middle.
Yeah.
Right? So, or no, I guess a little higher than 9 would be the middle. Between 1 and 18, then 9 would be the middle. So 10 is probably about average. So yeah, you're below average intelligence for sure.
By a noticeable amount.
You're 2 standard deviations below. You're Somali smart.
It's like
you should open the Leering daycare.
Leering day. No, look. If the average is 10, then 9 to 11 is not a noticeable difference. But 8 and 12 are like, oh, sometimes that guy's pretty clever.
Or, wow, that sounds pretty fucking dumb.
Sure. But 7 and 13 are noticeable differences.
Yeah.
Like, you are obviously above average, and you are obviously below.
That reminds me of my favorite character was Urgork, the 3/4 ogre, with intelligence of 6, strength of 22. The only book I could read was How to Cook a Halfling, Dwarf, an Elf, and Human.
Yep. And it's only because he had it with his mom, right? 7,000.
Yeah, because I think 3 intelligence is considered 3 and 4 is considered animal intelligence. Smart as a dog. So if you had a 3 intelligence, all you'd be saying is "yarp." That's all you can say is "yarp."
Yarp.
Yarp.
Narp. That's Shaun of the Dead.
That's right. No, it's the other one.
Hot Fuzz. Yeah.
Hot Fuzz. Yeah, Hot Fuzz. Yeah. Yarp.
One of the Cornetto trilogy. I love them.
Yeah.
So good.
Did you ever watch Simon Pegg's sitcom series called what the hell was it called? It's about roommates. I think it was about roommates.
Oh no.
Fuck, I can't remember what it was called. Someone in the chat, tell me. He did a sitcom about living in a flat with his friend. I used a door as a shield with a decomposing goblin nailed to it. I could just see that image.
Nice.
Let's find out. Simon Pegg TV series.
Okay, you look for it. I'll be right back.
Spaced. That's what it's called. Spaced. Yeah, he works in a comic book store. And he lives in like a 4-unit sort of flat, and it's all about his roommates, like the people who live either in his same apartment or in other apartments in the house. And so the lady upstairs, who's I think the landlady, she's like a drunk hippie, and then the guy across the hall is like this tortured weirdo artist type guy. And I think he's roommates with his like high school buddy. I can't remember, who's like played by Nick Frost. Yeah, Nick Frost. And Nick Frost is like this crazy like survivalist army man wannabe. It's actually a pretty good show if you can find it. I don't know where it's streaming. See if it says anywhere. Yeah, it's from 1999 to 2001. Doesn't say where it's streaming if it is. I think I might even have it on Blu-ray or DVD, but damn, it was a good show. Spaced, where to watch? Oh, apparently it's on Prime Video. There you go. You can watch it on Prime. Worth watching if you haven't seen it. I've been watching that 80s cop comedy Sledgehammer. I don't think I ever watched that. I might have caught an episode here or there, but I don't think I've ever watched it. I played up the character as a dumb wall of flesh that will crush my enemies and eat them. You're back.
But that's how you do it. You play it up.
It's true. We've got 9 people watching now. Wow. Only Nano Reaper seems to be involved in the chat, though. So if anybody else is there wants to chat, please do.
Say hello. We've been on for a while.
We have. It's going over 2 hours now. Probably should call it. I got to feed the cat, let the pups out. Too bad we couldn't play tonight. I had an idea plan for the adventure, but I didn't put too much work into it. I saved the map in Owlbear Rodeo so we can come back to it at some point.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
And I drew the fog of war around the different rooms and put the doors in. So you can't play a character that is smarter than you, but dumber is another matter. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Ivar the genius thinks of something that works.
What's that?
Ivar the genius thinks of something that works.
Yeah.
Because you can't play smarter than I am.
Hey, Scooby Doo. Every once in a while he had a good idea. Anyway, folks, I think we're going to call it here. It's been a fun time watching this all, doing all this fun game related stuff with you folks. Sorry that there was no gameplay, but I had a good time anyway. It's always fun to hang out with Irving Twin. He's a good egg.
We'll be able to get into a more regular schedule soon, I think. We'll discuss it.
Yeah. Ugork smash the wall to make a stealthy entry.
Surprise.
It's true. All right, folks, we're going to call it a night. You all have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you all again real soon.
Good night, everyone. Praise Jesus.
Hail Sigmar.